tomorrow. It's the NASCAR Cup Series continuing here on FS1. Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, the best of the best, taking the twists and turns of Sonoma. It's the Toyota Save Mart 350, and coverage begins 2 o'clock Eastern on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. While in commercial, we saw Stuart Friesen go around down in turn 11,
and this is painful, Andy, as he gets down into the braking zone. Maybe a little bit of a wheel hop there as he, you could see the back end hopping around. And then, Vince, this is the longest time ever. He's trying to figure out his best way to get going again. Maybe backing up would have been the right answer. Got plenty of room behind the O'Reilly sign, but he sat there and lost all those spots. Wants to go, but knows better.
Yeah, back in turn 7, I should add. And he's was trying to make that move on Kligerman, and it just didn't stick. I don't think they can put that on the side of the truck.
This turn has been tough. You can see Grant got in a bind. Got in there a little hot, made contact with Friesen, and around he went.
It's almost identical to what happened to 52. You can see he's in hot. He's got maybe a little wheel hop. He doesn't want to hit his fellow competitor, so he turns in early. That plants the nose on the curb, and around the back end goes.
I mean, the track is not that wide, and when you see smoke up ahead of you, and there is Christian Eckes off track, and there is significant damage to the 98. That will bring out the caution.
That is a very unusual spot to be in the wall right there. There was likely contact, I'm guessing. He was running 9th at the time, and I'd love to see that replay. That was such a good truck.
Yes.
Off the truck. And they were so quick, and that looked like something where if he was able to get to that 3rd stage, he'd be in contention there.
See some contact there possibly with Chandler Smith in the 18 truck. He's got damage to his front fender there on the right side.
He has had a chance to win so many races this season and has not caught the right break at the right time. And there you see John Hunter Nemechek, a little contact to send in the 98 into the wall.
Yeah, I think the 98 tried to clear himself, and John Hunter said, well, you're not clear, and he left it in there. When you try to block or clear yourself, you subject yourself to whatever your competitor decides to do.
We saw the 18 put a bumper to his teammate a few laps back. He's definitely not going to be shy about putting it to someone that's not under the same 10th here.
And there's John Hunter right behind Chandler, so he logged away within his bandwidth that bump from Chandler Smith, and maybe it comes back the other way.
That's 7th through 10th right there.
Isn't that fun, seeing that thing sliding out there? And then this is a great area to really attack, as you see Chandler do on the outside. Oh, no!
Oh,
wow.
You can see it. You can see it coming.
That could cause a caution because of those tires being knocked out of whack. They were racing for the 7th spot. It looked like maybe Stewart just tried to pin him down, and Matt said, I'm not having any of that.
He was doing one of those things where he tried to line up his rear bumper with his front bumper, and they just ran out of room and found those tires there.
Right on cue with our Camping World 15 to go.
Stuart Friesen has been a human highlight reel today. They dive into 11, and Stewart tries to cut off Matt DiBenedetto, I think. And Matt couldn't see where he's going. He dove lower and hit those tires.
And the caution has come out.
I always wondered what would happen to those tires if you ran over them like that, Vince.
Hey, everybody's got a set of tires left. Do you come and get them, or do you stay out and keep your track position?
I think if you're up front, you pretty much, and then I was wrong earlier about Tyler Ankrum. I said he was going to stay out, and he did it. So I'm not a crew chief. We just love to see the innovative thinking that the crew chiefs use. Where would you think, Andy, if you were saying, say you're back there where Zane Smith is?
Get down to the nitty-gritty here at Sonoma. 11 to go when we take the green, and 3 drivers that stayed out. Ben Rhodes, Derek Kraus, Chase Purdy, they're up front, but so is Kyle Busch starting in row 2 with 4 fresh tires.
I'm glad they stayed out. It was going to make it thrilling to see how Kyle gets through them. If he goes around them or through them.
Yeah, good jump for Rhodes. Kraus trying to secure that 2nd spot from Kyle.
Too much grip there. He's going to be able to have real good drive off here and be in decent position in the 3.
What does Chastain do? He's back there in the mess.
By the way, Alex Bowman, who was up there contending for the win too, had a pit road penalty, so he has to start at the back as Kyle maneuvers on Rhodes, trying to gain that inside position. Can't get it for now. Oh, Ben locks him up, and Kyle's going to get the spot. Oh, and around goes Kraus.
Some contact there from, was that Haley Deegan that got into him?
Still Green and Kyle Busch out front with Ben Rhodes now in second.
All trucks moving again. At the break, Michael said Kyle will be in the lead by the apex of turn 7, and that's right where he got it.
Yeah, you had to know it was coming. The only problem that I have too now is like his hottest pursuers. Ross Chastain, the pit penalty by Bowman, and now Majeski trying to fight his way up there. Kyle's got a big gap now, and it's only going to get bigger.
Yeah, Chastain is back in 8th, and he has been the closest pursuer throughout the course of this race today. But it has been a race that Kyle has really dominated when he has been out front. He's led 34 laps.
Yeah, that's a big gap for the Cup regulars to make up during this. But this is Majeski. This is his shot here.
Oh, this could be a caution.
Dirt tracking for Haley Deegan, and that is bringing out the caution.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Unfortunate for Deegan. Qualified in the top 10 today, and all the way in the back, the top of the screen.
I thought I saw her with some contact, and she just loses a right rear tire there. And so I think when the truck went around up in 7, must have clipped her, and eventually the tire failed.
How about Chandler Smith, Jamie?
I talked to Danny Stockman before this race for Chandler Smith. He said, we're coming in here with a totally different mindset. We're looking at the regular season points. We want to win the championship, and if we start racing now for points till the end, we can do it. Right now, as he runs, he is the point leader by 9 over Ben Rhodes.
Yeah, it's been a big swing today. It's a 26-point swing in that battle for the regular season lead, Jamie. Great point as you see Rhodes with an issue, Kyle getting around.
We saw in the background there the 38 got around the 66. Oh, a big one on the front straight here.
And Bowman's involved. The 30.
Stuart Friesen, caution out. And we're going to have that restart we were talking about.
Josh Bilicki was the 30 truck involved. There's Friesen to a stop. Look at the damage.
Heavy damage on that Bilicki machine. Window net down, and typically that's the indication from the driver. You see the window net down in the 52 as well, letting the AMR safety crew and NASCAR officials know that
that was a big hit. They moved the wall down in turn 1.
This could necessitate a red flag. The wall being punched back.
Friesen climbing out under his own power.
That's been an eventful day, hasn't it, Vince, for Stuart Friesen? Everywhere we looked, action was all around him, and that action there took him out.
Alex Bowman, the heavy damage to that truck. Remember, he had gotten that pit lane penalty, which had put him back in the field. So there's Bilicki. Looked like Friesen got into the back end of him. Boy, that's a hard hit for that 30.
That is a bad angle. But again, we saw Bilicki climb out of that truck. That is a massive testament to the safety that NASCAR mandates and the bars. I mean, watch the angle here. The biggest thing you're always worried about in the crash is the angle that you're going into the wall. And this is practically 90 degrees right here. Big hit. Those Hans devices, those roll bars, those door bars, those seats especially, let him walk away from that with probably nothing but a bruised ego.
Lawless Allen got some damage in there as well. We mentioned the 7 of Bowman. Pace truck will pull off when they take the green. 2 laps left to settle it.
Be ready for the 66 to make the biggest lunge. This guy needs it the most out of all these guys. Everybody else here is locked in.
The green is out. 2 to go at Sonoma. Kyle Busch gets a good jump. Maybe the space he needs. Can Chandler Smith catch back up? Zane Smith pressuring. Zane Smith on the inside looking for second.
And that's exactly what Kyle Busch wants to see in his mirror. Those guys racing side by side, but Chandler's able to clear Zane.
Majeski back and forth. And Kyle Busch begins to gap Chandler Smith.
The 18 drove way deep into 4 there, trying to make a lunge on the 51. That's going to open the door for Zane, again, who late in the running is going to put himself into position. 3 wide at the apex of turn 7.
Look at that mess back there. Dust, dirt, fenders flying. Some big damage for John Hunter in that Ford truck.
Speedy dry, or we got a lot of dust kicked up at the exit, and around goes a truck at the exit of the S's.
Still green as Zane Smith pursues Kyle Busch.
Dean Thompson around.
No yellow.
They're clear. They're clear.
Through 11. Coming to get the white flag is Kyle Busch with a lead of just over a second.
White flag here at the line.
Majeski around Chandler.
Some good battles back in the field as drivers try to secure the best finishing position possible and how that might impact their season. Meanwhile, Kyle Busch continues at the front, trying to win for the first time this season and add to his total as the all-time winningest driver in the series. He can't slip up. Zane Smith just a second back.
And he's not backing off either, Vince. You saw that aggressive exit at 4. He knows what kind of truck Zane Smith has. He's been really fast the second half of this race, and he's closing a bit.
You want to keep your truck in one piece and bring this thing home, but he knows if he backs off a little bit and the 38 even gets sort of within shot, he's going to touch him. Clear through the last part of the S is on the way down to turn 10 here.
If Kyle can just avoid the mistake here and keep Zane Smith a second back.
You got it here, 5-8.
Heading down to turn 11. And for the first time this season in the Camping World Truck Series, Kyle Busch is going to go to victory lane. Career win number 62. Kyle Busch wins at Sonoma.
And check the flag. Nice work, man. Way to get that win here in your final one. Yeah, feels good. Thank you, guys. Awesome work this weekend. Appreciate the effort on fixing all that stuff for me. Good job.
A lot of relieved crew members and crew chief down in that 51 camp.
They didn't want to be talked about, did they? They don't want to hear that we didn't win with Kyle Busch, and they got it done today in dramatic fashion. What a great run. What a fun day of racing on the road course.